back and watch the origin of Kanye West, then you will kind of understand him. Like, I kind of understand Kanye West.
By watching like the Genius doc, or just following
just following his career, like from before Through the Wire to where he is now, and I understand it, and I feel like Kanye West is trying to expose a lot of things, because I feel like sometimes when people reach a certain status, we start to not see them as human, and I've always humanized stars, like I've always seen them as people. Unless it's like, you know, somebody who you grow up with, like Michael Jordan, or, you know, who else?
People that you didn't grow up with, you
like I would consider Denzel Washington, like these are people that I look at, like I would see like, wow, that's Denzel, wow, that's Will Smith. Or,
who would you be starstruck by? Denzel,
Will
like, Smith,
Will Smith, like
I don't know who would be
not even like.
And what does it mean by starstruck?
Like wow. Like you see them, you like wow. Like so.
Yeah, like you can't.
I'm not a huge fan of rap, so seeing like rappers and stuff, I'm not like, oh my god, like or like football players and stuff. I guess when I got into that athletic world and I started seeing these people, I was never, when I met Mike Tomlin, I wasn't like, oh my God, you're Mike Tomlin. He literally looked at me and said, you don't know who I am? He was cool with it too. I was like,
yeah, but I feel like there's levels. Like, to be starstruck on a certain star, I think the star has to be like a Drake,
there's some artists,
Beyonce.
There's some artists that I feel like that will leave you starstruck.
Because
like
they're just not
Jay-Z.
They're not in. They're not. But people that are not in like public spaces, like people that are not in like frequent spaces at all. They're literally like.
Bro, I would have to see. Like I said, I would have to see somebody.
Jets everywhere.
Yeah. I would have to see like Patti LaBelle.
Beyonce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
Beyonce.
Bro. Everybody talk about like, oh man, Kelly Rowland. Bro, when I seen Beyonce in person for the first time, you know how they say certain people have auras about them?
So you were starstruck?
I wasn't starstruck, but it was like, damn, like,
wow.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
That's starstruck.
Nah, it wasn't like a.
Oh, you weren't like crying and fainting and stuff like that, but
no.
you could be like,
okay, I'm not doing that for nobody.
No, right. But you could be like,
I'm like, if I saw Michael Jackson, I would be like, what the fuck? Like, this is Michael Jackson. Like, I would be like, this is Michael Jackson, bro. This is Michael Jackson. Like, you can't. That's starstruck right there. That's like.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would it be different? I think it has to do with like.
Because I'm not like a real. I like rap, but I'm not like a super fan.
No, but I'm saying as far as being starstruck, what will it have to take for someone to be starstruck? And I think it has to do with like the level of work that they do, you know?
The level of work and the level of like respect that you have for that work.
Yeah.
So like a Denzel Washington, I'm gonna be like, wow, this is Denzel Washington. This is like, I'm gonna only see him one time in my life.
Right.
And mostly like untouchable people too. Because I feel like artists are more so like or actors and actresses are more so in like that untouchable realm versus
depending on the level,
versus like artists. I feel like it would be easier for somebody to be like starstruck by an actor and actress just because you don't see them as much. You see them in a movie and then they disappear. You don't really see them in the limelight. There is no like drama with actors and actresses. And like to see an actor or actress, you like, whoa.
True.
I never, bro, like from the time I was young, like the only athletes that kind of made me kind of emotional to kind of see was like Bruce Smith or like a Reggie Whyte, like just watching them growing up like that. Yeah. I don't know if it's the passion that they put into the work that they did, but I could feel it. But I don't know about like I always humanize people.
What does that mean when you say humanize?
Like
you see them.
You know how guys will be arguing like Jay-Z got the most money and da da da. I never saw it like that. It was like this is Jay-Z, this is you know, or he in the Illuminati. I'm like, bruh, like this this is a regular person. He just happened to work hard to be where he is. Like I just never saw people like.
I mean, you can say that for anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You just never saw anybody outside of the realm of just being like a regular person that from down the street.
Me and Dre saw Floyd, and I wasn't starstruck.
That shit crazy.
But that shit kind of like I would like. That's the thing. I wouldn't say I was starstruck, you know. But I was like,
wow, that's Floyd Mayweather.
It's Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I can maybe see how somebody's like you're starstruck, but for me, it's like I don't think I'd be starstruck if I saw Floyd because I even like we gave him a head nod and he head nod his back, and I was like cool, and I didn't really think of it too much after that. But I was like, that was a dope moment.
Cause it was just random, and it's like you're never gonna get that chance again.
Yeah.
Like being that close to him too.
We had no idea. We was like, what is all this madness going around? We see two big ass bodyguards that look like they combined two Tims together, and we can barely see like who they're surrounding.
Yeah.
And there's somebody like holding a Starbucks like a Starbucks coffee with a frappuccino, and I see somebody just like put their lips to the straw, and I'm like, is that Floyd, man?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
I've always even when I did when I was like 17 or 18, I was doing security for Lil Wayne VIP, and I pretty much met the whole entire like Young Money, Cash Money.
You've been exposed,
but I wasn't like, oh my God, I was a Lil Wayne. We used to sit there and listen to the albums, but I wasn't like starstruck.
But that was Lil Wayne, Cash Money. That was Young Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like, would it have been?
No, this was like Lil Wayne when he was like Lil Wayne. When he first started Cash Money, when he first started Young Money. This is when like Lil Twist they were young.
Yeah.
And this before Miller.
This before Bedrock.
This before Bedrock.
Yeah.
So how big was he?
He was huge.
He was still huge.
He was huge. This is like right after this right here is when he was like before he just shot up through the roof. Like he was still
big at that point.
Huge. Yeah. He was like huge, but he was like one of the biggest things. Sure. This right here was like first time blood Lil Wayne. Right. This is when all that stuff and
we used to wear them big ass sunglasses.
I can't remember, but I remember like that he was like he let 10 girls in here. And I remember I was about to let my cousin back in. She was like, nah. Jennifer, I know you remember this, but she was like, nah.
Jennifer back there talking about some.
So I let her friends back in. But I remember it was this girl. She was like, Lil Wayne, my cousin. I was like, man, Lil Wayne ain't your cousin. And I said, all right, go. She was like, Lil Wayne, that's him. I was like, wow. Get out. But yeah, I remember it.
Do you have somebody that you've been like humbled by? Or not, let me see. Not humbled by, but like. Do you have somebody, like, do you have a celebrity that you are like, it doesn't always have to be a celebrity, but like somebody that you like idolize, that you like met them and or like had a conversation with them and you're like, damn. This is just a regular movie.
Yeah. When I was in offense defense camp, I met a lot of NFL guys like Jonathan Vilma. I met Vince Wilfork. They were just, shooting the shit at lunchtime and stuff like that. We got to hang out with them and talk with them because we were the coaches as well. That was cool, but I wasn't starstruck. I think for me it would have to be like a musician, or an actor. But I haven't come across anybody.
I wouldn't, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You said an actor or musician?
Actor or musician, like big time.
For me, it would have to be somebody that you don't see often. For me, it would have to be somebody that. No, that's Mark's girl.
Oh, I just saw the dog. I thought it was a Nico.
Nah, for me, it'd have to be somebody that you don't see often. So like, for me, it really could never be like a musician unless it's like top of your class, because like I just need like, for me, it has to be like actors and actresses. Like for me, like Denzel, because like, bro, when do you ever see Denzel besides in movies?
Or on the red carpet.
Or on the red carpet or something like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's personable. Like,
sure.
I'm sure.
Bro, this is like crazy for me. Like a surreal moment was when I've always been like a Clemson fan, University of Clemson, or Clemson University, and like, I grew up watching Clemson since I was a kid. I never like actually wanted to play there, but I grew up watching. And like when I was going through the recruiting process, when I went to my Memphis visit, I met a coach that I had been watching since I was a little boy, and he recruited me. And I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to him, and he's calling my family, and I'm like, wow, like, this is really Coach West. Like, this is Tommy West, like, who I grew up, like, watching. I never knew this guy would actually coach me. So that was like I wasn't starstruck, but it was like a surreal moment to actually get coached by a guy that I like unknowingly like watched as a kid.
Yeah. So it's just like
that was crazy.
Like you said before, you know, it depends on what you have respect for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was crazy for me.
I think it's like music for me. Like if Chris Brown walked outside, like I'd be not like stars like, oh my God, but I'd be like, yo, that's like, oh shit. If it was Jay-Z, I'd be like, oh my God.
But then we're talking about like top of.
Yeah.
Where is it? Like,
I've seen celebrities, you know, at clubs and stuff like that. I've seen Kim Kardashian. I've seen Eddie Griffin. I've seen
that would be a
Julius Peppers. You know, we was at the same pool parties and stuff like that. But Kim K wasn't Kim K back then. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been different. But yeah, I mean, I've seen people. I walked past people, but like no one that I've ever been like, oh my God, like wow, look who I just saw. It was just like, okay, shit, boom, we in the same club, you know.
Yeah. But you know, it's cool to me that like almost everybody famous or all stars got a certain aura about them. Even if you like don't like them, like when you see them, it's like I see people all the time like shake hands with Donald Trump and stuff, but I'm like, you don't like him, but if you see him, it's just like that's Donald Trump.
That would be like a starstruck moment. Donald Trump or Barack Obama, but even George Bush, because they're like bigger than their
presidents.
But they were bigger than their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were celebrities. You know
100%.
Bill Clinton.
I feel like all famous people got an aura about them. Like whether you agree with them or not, if Kanye West walked into a room, everybody's gonna be like, wow.
Yeah,
that's Kanye West, man.
Yeah.
Like if somebody looks,
I'm gonna get an autograph from Kanye.
Why do you think looking like fake money?
We're talking about people that have like one thing too is like we're talking about people that have like created a legacy and they're still alive. We're talking about people that have like that creative legacy and they're still alive. That's why for me it's like I don't know, like the artist thing for me isn't like too big. You know, I mean obviously some of these artists have created a legacy for themselves, but like yeah, for me it's like those people that like just like you said, Barack Obama, he's created a legacy that will live on after he's dead and he's still alive. So if I actually run into the man, it's like, whoa.
Right.
You know?
Right. I think it's just cool though, like, to see these, because they're artists at the end of the day. And these people, like, got people to gravitate towards them. We did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, in our own respect, like, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, we might downplay it and be like, oh, well, I just, but it's like, you gotta follow him. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like, never met you before, but when they meet you, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just kind of feel like it's across the board. Mm-hmm. Everybody, I feel like everybody has not everybody, but like everybody with some type of celebrity has a wow factor. Even when they were like growing up, it was like that person's different. Yeah. You can look at kids now and be like, they're gonna be something. I don't know what they're gonna be, but they're different.
Yo, I wanted to apologize to you, Tim. Last episode, I was a little
You've been waiting for you to apologize.
I was a little bit for real.
No.
After the last episode, I just want to give you a public apology because I felt like I was a bit I had the word in my head, but I can't remember the word that I wanted to say. Shit. But I was getting like real emotional and I was getting like real into the conversation. I might have came off a little, too, harsh, too extra.
I don't know what it means anyway, whatever the word is.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry, bro.
When?
The last episode.
What was he talking about?
What were we talking about?
Jay-Z? The Jay-Z thing, yeah.
Well, we already know he talked about Blue Ivy, so.
The love thing.
He's talking about when Jay-Z said, I was black and ugly, she wouldn't touch me. And then I pulled up in that dubbed out buggy. You don't remember that, and I don't remember you. That's what he's talking about. So he had to make the song cry. I'm telling you, man, shit. Like,
would y'all want to be famous?
Would I want to be famous?
What you want to be, you are.
Not like on the Richter scale.
Because that's the thing, going back
would
to
you
like,
want to be a star? That's the difference.
Question. No.
Because like that's the thing. One thing I do give like the utmost credit to is like, you know, we have all these fucking the baby up here and like one thing I do 50 and you know R.I.P. Takeoff and Lil Baby, but like one thing about those people is like they're in the limelight all the time and having to conduct yourself in like in a manner where it's just like you have to have like a standard with regard to like integrity, because like bro, there's a camera on you at all times.
And it's like hidden cameras.
Yeah, and you know sometimes like obviously we're all hypocrites, but it's like bro, the internet doesn't stand for it. So it's like once you say something, that's your bond. You're held by that. Once you do something, especially at like you know those actions to what the words that you said is now like those you know, and like people don't give a fuck for
and
you.
I feel like this is where
they don't let you rock and do your thing anymore, like, especially if you're famous.
And this is where like not knowing who you are comes into play. And from a young age, I kind of knew that if I did something, I'm hard to miss. So like, you may not see yourself as being famous. You're famous on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Whether you want to believe it or not, somebody's watching you.
Bro.
Somebody's mimicking you. Somebody might have your picture in their room. But you don't see yourself that way. Just like 50 Cent at some point probably didn't see himself that way.
Okay, but would you want to be famous to a point where...
Would you want to be a star?
Would you want to be famous and a star to a point where you're getting controlled? Every move that you make is calculated. Everything that you do is calculated. Everything that you say is controlled. Yeah. When you are at a certain level, everything is controlled because you're not putting together your Instagram. You're not putting together your mixtapes. You're not putting together your wardrobe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I think it's the metaphor. Is it a metaphor? Selling your soul to the devil. Because I feel like you can become famous, and I've said this before years ago. You can be famous, but are you willing to do whatever it takes? There's some people out here, like on the internet and stuff, they're doing whatever it takes to become famous.
There's some people that I feel like have gotten far, and they haven't taken the route of like being like puppeteered. Cause like, I feel like if like let's speak.
It ain't about being puppeteered.
Kendrick versus, and I don't want to like call out no names because you know I may blow up and become a star myself and be in the same room with some of these people. But no, just like think about somebody that you feel like is a star and is puppeteered versus like somebody that there's people that like Kendrick where I feel like get very far, and as far as I know are not really puppeteered.
It's funny because, like I said, it's like I tell people when they talk about, oh, you getting old or something. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, look at your first picture, and look at your picture now. It's like sometimes people forget a lot of these stars, they've been doing this shit for 20, 30 years before they even got famous. Right. So they've been going through things that you probably couldn't see because they were famous on a lower scale.
Yeah.
Like selling the CDs out the back of the cars, but people still know them.
That's why they call these industry plants.
Industry plants as far as...
Industry plants is just like, there was no like glow up. You know, it's just like, you just like, but because just like Tim said, where it's just like, you see like with Lil Wayne, where there was this like compounding or just like long.
Well, you gotta.
But I feel like I thought
Drake, where it's like the grassy.
But you're gonna have this shit now because of social media and all of the outlets they have. Like if let's say I'm an A&R for Def Jam or something, and you got a song that I like, and I'm like, damn, this shit'll blow up. And I tell you, I'm like, I tell Def Jam, hey, let me get $1 million. I think I can get him to sign with me, and I think I can make the sun blow up. The sun blows up, you become a one-hit wonder.
But yeah, we're not talking about one-hit wonders. I see what you're saying, but I'm not talking about one-hit wonders. I'm talking about like a star, just like you said, where you just like,
bruh, one-hit wonders. I'm talking about a
star.
star.
I think it comes back to what you said though, Tim. Like you gotta be. There's something that has to be one innate in you to be able to handle that stress, drama, frequent of everything. Because you see these kid stars, some of them, well, most of them, they grow up and they end up crashing and burning. They ended up being in drugs or having some type of scandals because they can't handle it.
Got good people around them too, probably.
Or the people that have success have the good people around them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think being a star, being famous like that on another level is different. It's different. I don't even think you can fathom how it is.
Bro, think about Cardi B. Some people would think like Cardi B shit happened overnight. Like I said, sometimes I used to get trapped on Instagram Live watching Cardi B just talk about the strip club life and all this other shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then somebody saw something in her and said, let me give her some.
Yeah, or let me let her. But people like Cardi B, they know their capacity and they're doing these things to get that deal ultimately.
But like I said, there's some people in this world like Cardi B where if you're around them long enough, you will start to pick up mannerisms from them. Because like how she do that, or she does all that. If you're around people like this long enough, like one of my friends, she always, that's where I got it, because I was around her long enough, and I've always told her, like, you need to be a comedian because it's natural. She doesn't think about this. Like if I'm watching you and I'm like, goddamn, like big beer in my hand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. She would do stuff like that, and everybody around her start to pick up on it, and it's just, she's infectious.
Okay.
So some people are infectious to where you can't help but to kind of mimic
towards them.
Yeah, it's just hard not to.
Yeah. But with that, there comes a price. So if you have this talent, if you have this blessing, and you keep putting it out in the world, then ultimately you're gonna end up being famous. You end up being a star. So is it something that you want, or is it something that you don't want?
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
that goes to your question. Like,
for me,
do you want to be famous, or do you not want to be famous? Because sometimes you give people what they want, and it makes them crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody has that choice.
One thing now, thinking about it too, is like stardom and which one you pick. I'll pick actor and actress, or I pick an actor every day, because an actor is just like, bro, they manage to stay out of like the limelight all the time.
Because work demands them to.
Exactly. Well, I mean, work demands them to, but you can make a movie and disappear. As an artist, it's like, when's the next album? When's the next single? You gotta do rollouts. Like, you know, it's like, I feel like that shit is way more.
Well, I feel like it's less about that and more about people's expectations of you.
No,
it's just like, if you rapping about drugs when you first come out, but then all of a sudden you grow up like Gucci Mane when he went to jail and he came out and, he calm and shit. Nah, he grew up. He went to jail.
But nobody said that about Denzel when he go from playing what's his name, Michael.
Because he's an actor.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just saying, like, me, I would pick that stardom role for me as an actor, because the artist role, that seems way too.
But the artist role, like that.
And I respect it more because
I feel like the artist role is a lot easier than the actor role too. The artist's life is easier. It's more. It's flamboyant. It's showy. It's out in clubs and out in things. When you're an actor at that level, you gotta think, like, when you're doing a movie, Denzel's doing John Q or Malcolm X, but he's on tap to do The Equalizer 1, 2, and 3. So
I mean, like,
I'm saying, like, all those top actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That job is hard.
How often do you see them boys in the camera though?
But why do you?
Never.
But
because they're working. They have to learn those scripts. They have to learn like 5, 10 scripts.
I'm fine with that though. I'm fine with work being tough.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's more work than being an artist.
But the world criticizing you on top of work being tough?
Because you're out there. You're out there in the limelight.
They do, but not as often as artists.
When you're out there in the limelight, and that is the part of the world that you have to live in to be an artist, you're going to get that. You're going to get that feedback. You're going to get that response.
What this thing? I don't want that feedback.
Yeah, I get
That's
it,
me. It's just like, bro,
if you're rapping and saying your booty hole is brown, it's like, bro, what do you expect?
Exactly.
It's like, shit, I'm rapping about popping a nigga and goddamn shoot his legs off when I see him.
But it is for me, it's just like, bro,
but then I come out with a gospel album.
If you don't like it, don't listen to it. If you do like it,
yeah, okay, but people will talk about anything. It's just like, we can say with athletes, like, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of white guys in the NFL that do bad shit.
Sure.
But it gets swept under the rug. When one of the 75% or 67, how many African Americans do something, they will drag that shit on because there's a lot of African Americans now that's in the media that's kind of throwing fuel on the fire. Yeah, he can pick the phone up and call me if he wanna, or he can da, and the shit keeps going. Because that's the trend.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't see why you would pick, with regards to fame, an artist over an actor.
Yeah, I would. So to speak from my experience, I had a little 15 minutes of fame.
I feel like you enjoyed it.
I didn't. I'm not predispositioned to be like that. I'm not predispositioned to be loud. I'm not in the streets trying to be loud and draw attention to me. So like, I'm walking in a mall, and there's literally like people stopping me to get an autograph, and I'm in H&M, and there's like a line of kids like signing up to get an autograph in the mall. Like, I was just like, this is wow, off of some TV show type stuff.
Yeah.
To ultimately, it came a point where I didn't even want to like go out in the street, and I was thinking to myself like, I don't got it like that, but it was like that at a point in time.
Yeah.
You know, you go down the street and people like honking at you, they want to talk to you, they're like, oh, it's you, I know you, like you don't know me.
I'm not that person,
you know. And I'm not. I am, but I don't want you in my business all the time, and I don't want you looking. I don't want extra cameras.
Are you that personable to where when you leave the house, you have to put on that facade and just like engage with everybody? I'm not that personable. Are you?
No.
I was about to say I don't think you. I think Tim is. Yeah? Tim can handle that.
Because I've been like this my whole life. Like I've always been a big dude, so it's just like
attention's always just drawn to you.
Yeah, so I got used to it. So it I don't know, it just stopped bothering me. Even when I had my 15 minutes and I happened just to Google myself one day and I saw people talking about me on blogs, and I was just like, what? Like they don't even know me. And then I'm like. Then I'm a headline, and I'm like, what is this? And I don't even know about this stuff. I'm calling to figure out, like what's going on with my life, and I don't know any of this stuff. And, you know, even like, you know, coming to Europe and like people knowing what you buy at the grocery store, and it's like little stuff like that. I just kind of got used to and stopped caring because I always felt like being an athlete, I never, you know, I was always kind of, you know, did my thing behind closed doors. I never like put myself out there like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like some dudes want people to know, like, oh, yeah, da. Even one of my homeboys, like he the same way. Like he don't put himself out there like that.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested now that you say that, Tim, because like I know Tim's crazy personable. But like, I wonder how much it would take for you to just be like, I can't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
When people start touching me.
Well, okay.
I'm saying,
but let's say it doesn't go to the lengths to where it's like uncomfortable for you, where like people are doing anything that like makes you feel uncomfortable in touching you. But it's just like, to what level of daily engagement where for you would just be like, I can't do
that.
Like,
and
I
that
just
is it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
People are asking you people are gonna be calling you for interviews. People want you to do photo shoot. People want you to do a brand deal. People want you to post something on your Instagram. People want you to post something on your Facebook. People want you to come out and show yourself for this party. It's like, oh, and then you got a girlfriend, or you got friends, you got family, you got football, you got practice.
As much as an actor,
bro. It's a lot. Like,
I feel like you have to do that as an artist. You got to do interviews. You got to do role. You better. Your ass better be in the studio.
Well, even as an actor, you got to promote your movie.
Yeah, you got to promote your movie.
You got to go out and do what you call it?
But these
promotion tours.
Yeah, these motherfuckers take long hiatuses between movies. I mean, obviously you name like the bigger actors that are going from movie to movie, you know, Denzel. But a lot of these actors and actresses, for the most part, on average, they take long hiatuses between movies because these motherfuckers are getting
and they be going through shit too.
Oh, 100%. We all are though.
And they just like Will Smith when people were. I felt the way
he put himself out there though.
But I still felt the way when people were kind of like dehumanizing him. It's like, damn, man, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Dehumanizing though, like
they put because
they're just judging the people. People judge. People be behind and
dehumanizing for me is just like, this person is not real. They're not gonna see this shit. Just like I feel like everything is not a fucking joke.
Yeah, but you can't like
this man on TV crying.
Yeah, but everybody's not gonna have sympathy.
Making memes.
But everybody's not gonna care. Everybody is not a fan of Will Smith. You're not gonna always have fans.
But I feel you. But I can't. But that same person might have a mentally ill child or something.
People don't care.
Yeah, and it's just like, what if I say something about your
personally,
kid?
But I know like.
You know what I'm saying? What if I say something about your kid? You get mad about that, but you can, you know what I'm saying, make mean shit about this man crying about it.
Yeah, that's people, and they be.
Yeah, exactly.
They be on. They know they're not going to be seen. They're not going to be touched. So they be at their home, anonymous, talking shit.
Yeah.
I say, and that's a thing, and that's a good topic. This is a good topic because people who are trying to get into the limelight, or people who are trying to get famous, or people trying to get their Instagram viewers up, or something like this. Sometimes they are afraid of the backlash they're gonna get because they are public. And I'm always telling them, like, what do you expect? If you want thousands of followers, 100,000 of followers, you want people to follow, you want people to buy your stuff, you want people to go to your classes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You gotta put yourself out there. So why would then you be afraid or be apprehensive because you're afraid of what people might say wrong about you?
Yeah, true.
You know, like, you gotta make a choice. You trying to be out there or you're not? Because if you're gonna be out there, there's a lot of sharks and there's a lot of wolves and snakes.
And that's why I said before, are you willing to sell your soul for fame?
It's crazy.
You gotta sell your soul.
Bro, I guarantee you right now, you can document your life every day, and I guarantee you at some point, you will be famous, bro. But are you willing to document every nit and cranny of your life for that?
Okay, but that's the same thing. Okay, you want to go to the NFL, you want to dedicate your life to be the best player that you can be. You don't have to like sell your soul.
That one's different because I feel like what Tim's saying is just like there's some things that you can do there's some things out there that you can do that may go against like your.
Think about it. Like, let's say you're
morality and values.
Okay, I got you. So you're saying there is a direct line to fame, and you have to just.
That's why I always wonder.
Bro, we gonna do a whole compilation of
Tim
dropping his phone.
I always wonder, like, I'm like, damn, like, what does selling your soul to the devil mean, or selling your soul for $1? And I'm like, now I know what it means. Like, even like working in a strip club, I understand it. So it's like, no. So it's like this. If you're a beautiful woman and you start like a OnlyFans, it's like, you're willing to do this to make X amount of dollars. You're willing to do this. You're literally selling your soul.
Is that a bad thing?
I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, at what length are you willing to go to
make money?
To make money. It's like you can go out here and you can sell drugs, but you know something's gonna come with it. Are you willing to go that route? Are you willing to leave your carbon footprint of this stuff that you're doing? If you are, cool. But you have to own it.
Yeah. For me,
but I feel like, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like that brings a bad air to.
Shit, being beautiful is a fucking talent. That's a talent, bro.
It's not a talent.
It's not a talent.
Now it's a talent.
It's not a to be beautiful is not a talent.
You're naturally beautiful. Or you can.
You could be naturally
enhance
beautiful.
yourself to be
could. That's what I'm saying. You could be naturally beautiful, but I'm pretty sure it's hard to keep that shit up. That's what the term high maintenance. What the fuck is maintenance? It's like you gotta look good all the fucking time.
Nah, yeah. For
Hair
me,
done, nails done, lashes done.
For me, it's like being beautiful is like somebody being fast. It's like that. It's not gonna get you to the league, but it's damn sure gonna help if you, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you practice being fast, all of the shit, you will break a world record or two. If you practice being fast, like you can be fast, but if you practice being fast, you will get faster. You will get better.
Yeah, so it all comes down to the choice. Like, if you want to be famous, if you want to achieve something on a high level, you have to be consistent. You have to do this, and that continuously, and ultimately sell your soul. Like, but it's also selling your soul when you want to be. Like, I think Michael Jordan even said something about like, I have to sell my soul to the sport. Like, I want it to be the best, the absolute
best. What
sacrifices
are you?
That's that's sacrifices. That's not selling the soul.
Sacrificing
sacrificing your body, and like how I see selling your soul, or just like
I feel like selling your
soul to the devil is like
selling your soul is
losing all morality and like values, and just giving that shit, with with expect for return.
But I see that
all values are just like.
But I mean, on that note, then like. That's why I asked you if it's bad or good. For example, porn stars. Is that bad or good? People that go on OnlyFans.
I don't think
I don't feel like it's not for me to say if it's bad or good.
Yeah, but
I'm like if it goes
depends on what your morals and values are.
Yeah, it depends on the person's morals and values.
Because if you know somebody that was a girl that was very just like wholesome and like didn't believe in stuff like that and always spoke against stuff like that, and then she found out she could catch a few bucks to be on OnlyFans and so then it's just like, okay, you sold yourself to the devil. I'm not gonna be here and tell you like that's either good or bad, because I mean like who the fuck am I to say that?
And I'm not talking about like
you have sold your soul to the devil, because just like that goes against your moral compass and what your values are.
And I'm not talking about like a physical devil like with horns. I'm talking about
of course, obviously
like you went against the grain.
Yeah, we know we're afraid
of other people's beliefs.
Yeah,
and it's just like. I feel like you can become famous, but what are you willing to sacrifice your privacy? Because you got to sacrifice your privacy to be famous.
Of course, that's what we talked about before. But
but
that just comes along with being famous. Famous means that everybody.
Are you willing to sacrifice your privacy?
That's not the only thing that you're saying, though.
Your privacy isn't selling your soul.
Yeah, your privacy is not selling your soul.
What I'm saying is like.
That's just another factor.
When I say privacy, I mean every intimate part of your life.
That gets. I feel like that's a totally different.
I'm not talking about being an actor.
What I'm saying
is,
I understand.
If you're a regular person with no talent and you want to become famous, if you're willing to do X, Y, Z, it could happen.
Okay, but that's not. But you're talking about that, and then versus your privacy. You have to do these things in order for you to get famous, and then when you're famous, your privacy goes out the window.
No. I mean, you're gonna have to sacrifice your privacy to become famous. Like I said, if you were to fucking set cameras up.
Oh, you mean like
where you
TikTok
live.
stars and shit like that, for example?
Yeah, right. Like if you're willing to set cameras up where you live and document yourself 24 fucking hours a day.
Yeah, but
at some point you will become famous. But like I said, you pretty much sacrifice your life. It's a movie called The Circle. You ever seen that shit?
Yeah.
The one where everybody's
with Emma Watson.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
The Google. Yeah, but I feel like in this space,
people are doing it. Big Brother. That's all that shit is. Reality shows.
You're getting on another
reality shows, bro.
You're getting on another idea. I mean, people on TikTok, they're documenting their lives, but they're still not documenting 24/7.
Reality shows.
Is reality?
That's just going on TV. If you're going on TV, you have a chance to be famous. Just any type of show.
I understand, but what they are willing to do to become famous or to keep their stardom. Motherfuckers on there, grown up 40, 50-year-old motherfuckers on TV fighting and shit. Shit that they normally wouldn't do. Bro, no. Listen to me. When they create these reality shows, they put you in a position. It's scripted like this.
Yeah.
Let's say you and Jay had a beef 20 years ago, and y'all squashed that beef. So they tell you, hey, meet up with Jay and bring that beef up.
Okay, it's TV.
And then y'all fucking start fighting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, damn, you willing to go for 100,000 to fuck up a friendship that you just, you know what I'm saying, mesh back together.
Yeah. So that goes along the lines of you selling the soul and the morality thing versus the
that's,
the moral.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I got you. That's just another example.
It's another example.
Yeah.
Less about the TikTok shit and more about like reality shows and
where you like putting yourself on Front Street to
putting yourself
look like a fool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it couldn't be me. I couldn't do it.
Cause you got people on there who got money,
Mm-hmm.
but they just like, I want more.
Right.
So it's like you willing to fuck up a friendship for 50 that you had for 50 years over somebody stealing your boyfriend in high school.
For the culture.
Remember that time you stole my bitch? Crack a damn bottle over your head. Bitch, you fuck bitch. Boom, boom. Security get involved like, y'all grandmamas. Why y'all fighting?
Wow.
Oh.
Is somebody, that's the thing, you may have to expound on it, because it's just like, is it as simple as is somebody like me because of the color of your skin racist? Like,
so
because like for me, I took it as this, I was just like, I feel like there are people that like me for the color of my skin initially, because of my culture. And they're just like, damn, like, you know, I know there's, and that's the thing, I still don't know where I side with it, with like whether that's right or wrong, but it's just like, I'm an African American man, and there's a lot of culture that comes from the African American community. A lot of culture. A lot of pop culture comes from the African American community. And it's like, that's what they see, you know, with, like, you know, beside me. That's kind of just like, you know, it coexists with me. So they see me and they're just like, oh, he could probably dance, or like, you know, he could probably freestyle. And it's just like, is that racist to say? I don't know. But there are parts of it that can be like, I guess the weird.
misconstrued.
Well, not even misconstrued, but weird. But like sometimes you'll see people, like when somebody says like, oh, like when you hear girls say, I want a black baby, that's weird. You know, like, that's weird. Maybe liking somebody like off the bat, or seeing somebody kind of just like, oh, like he's interesting because he's African American, okay, like, you know, you may be uncultured.
But that's cool. I mean, the question was like, I don't remember like exactly how we like formed the question, but it was like, you know, or how we got into it. I don't remember the verb, you know, the chronological order, but it was like, you know, if someone likes you because of the color of your skin, like strictly, if their type is black people, is that racist or not?
No.
Well, tell us why.
I don't feel like it's racist. I feel like, you know, sometimes people like who and what they like. And I don't think it's racist, because, you know, racism is demeaning somebody. Like, I feel like if you let's say you in a country like Germany, and you in a town where it's like you and two other black dudes, and there's 100 girls that watch TV every day, and they see these black dudes, it's like that's what they like, but it's none around. It's only two. So I just feel like it's not racist for them to like only date black dudes. No, it's just it's a preference. Because I think being black is more than just a color. It's like Jay said, it's a lot of culture and things like that come with it. So I don't feel like they're just dating based on just that you're black. It's like what comes with being black.
That question would never come up in America. Well, I feel like that's not fair too, because it would come up in America.
It wouldn't come up
such a mixing pot.
Yes.
And like he's in Europe.
No, it's not.
It's just like if a white person could say the same thing to people in Africa, where it's just like if a white woman goes to Africa, bro, African men will go crazy.
Will go crazy
because it's a white woman.
But that's because it's different. It's just like you seeing a Cape Verdean or a Brazilian as black men, because it's different, it's fly, it looks cool, so I'm interested in it. But I don't like that person because the color of the skin. So to draw it back a little bit. So like Tim, what you were saying was, there's more to their being black. But what about, so if there was a black guy and a white guy that came from Harlem, went to the same school, was born at the same hospital, played on the same football team, basketball team, same height, same style, blah, 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 talk the same, but the girl chose a black guy. It's not racist?
No.
Okay, so on the flip side.
It's a preference.
So on the flip side, if someone is demeaning you by the color of your skin, is that racist?
Yes.
So, and if you do something, if you're black and you do something, and once you do something as a black person, then it gives people ammo to say all black people do this, is that racist?
Yes.
Okay. So then,
if it's demeaning.
Why does it have to be demeaning?
Because that's racism.
No, racism is judging a group of people by the color of their skin. So
yes,
just
demeaning a group of people by the color of their skin.
Judging.
No,
but judging
it's demeaning.
But judging.
The Webster Dictionary is demeaning. It's not judging.
Judging. Look it up.
Look it up right now.
Judging could mean judging someone for the good or judging someone for the.
Shout out to Dr. AC and Black Rhetoric.
I'm looking at the definition of racism.
Look at the racism. Definition of racism.
It's demeaning. Saying you're inferior.
I don't see the word demeaning here, but prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is minority or marginalized. Similar words: racial prejudice, xenophobia, intolerance, bigotry, chauvinism, fascism, Nazism.
I just don't think it falls under that, man. Because even in America, you got some girls.
What were you using? Demeaning?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean like degrading. It's like you're degrading somebody because of the color of their skin. It's a negative connotation. But I think like even in America, I've heard white girls say, "Oh, I only date black dudes." I've heard black dudes say, "I only date white girls." I've heard it all. Asian dudes say, "I only date Asian women." It's just like I don't feel like that's racist. I feel like that's a choice.
No, it's a choice.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it seems like degrading is like the act of making somebody feel
inferior.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I don't feel like a woman saying, I like this dude just because he's black. Like, that's not racism. That's what she likes. It's like saying I like chocolate, or I like chocolate ice cream, or I like vanilla ice cream. I'm not saying vanilla ice cream is bad or chocolate ice cream is bad. I just prefer this ice cream.
No, we're not talking about food.
Yeah, I understand.
We're talking about people. I just feel like it has to be like and it's the thing. Racism isn't the word, it's a word, so it's arbitrary. So it's like, it's racist that you feel like you only if you say, "What's your type?" and you're like, "Black people," that's racist. Because you like, I like these people, it's black people. So and then on the flip side, they'll be like, "Oh, black people are this, black people are that," or gypsy people are this, gypsy people are that. So you racist, you're racist positively to black people, but negatively to other people.
So you think a white woman saying she only prefers to date black men because of XYZ is racist?
She doesn't say it's not racist.
What is she saying?
She only prefers to date black men.
Why?
Maybe because that's what she's used to. Maybe her first boyfriend was black. maybe, she just likes, this is what she's attracted to.
So if she can give you an example, or if she can describe the way that she likes someone more than the color of their skin, then that's justifiable. But if
what would be a bad answer?
Because he's black. And maybe I can't like articulate the reason why, but I feel like if you just say, I like the person because he's black, the moment they disrespect you or the moment that they do something bad, it can flip your view towards the whole group of people.
Well,
black people do this, black people do that, black people do that. That's racist.
From what you're saying.
Because then that's degrading.
I feel like we all know this, but it's just like now I'm seeing what I'm just saying because like I know girls where it's just like they date black men regardless if they're attractive or if they're not attractive.
Same thing with black dudes.
That's racist.
That's not racist.
Yes, it is.
For me,
yo, peep this. So check this out. I thought about something the other day.
That's more personal. You have some personal shit going on.
100%. So check this out. What does this mean for even black men? So you've experienced this before. I've experienced this before. Not that you're the person doing this thing, but I'll give you an example. You come to Europe and you meet a girl on the street or the club or whatever the case may be, right? You meet her, she's obviously into you, and you vibing and stuff like this, blah, 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 blah. You guys start talking, but whatever the case may be. You ask her, have you dated a black man before, right? And she's like, yeah, I've dated a black man before. And when she tells you this, the reaction is usually what? Is it a positive reaction or is it a negative reaction? Be honest.
Hold on. Rewind. You've asked her if she
dated black men before.
Yes.
And she says yes. Is your response or your boy's response, like it's usually, something that you heard about, is your boy's response positive or negative?
My boy's?
Yeah.
It's a negative response.
Why? What's your answer?
No. The whole question just went over my fucking head.
So you meet a girl.
Yeah.
You meet a girl down the street, right? And we're in Hungary or we're in Poland.
Yeah.
And you meet her, you start talking to her, blah, 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 and you ask her, maybe it's the night or maybe it's a few nights later, you ask her, have you ever dated a black man? And she says yes. What's the initial response? It might be outwardly or inwardly. No, from you. Outwardly or inwardly from you.
Tim
or your boy. What is the response? Is it a positive thing or is it a negative thing? Negative feeling.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I never asked that.
I know you didn't. I said not you. I'm saying you've had experience of dudes, and you and I know some of them in Europe. You know what I'm saying? And what is their response?
What is their response to dudes' response?
Yeah, what is their response?
A
positive one or a negative one?
A lot of times, it's negative.
Why? And I don't have an answer.
But
that's
I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know
if we're gonna tell you the answer that we talk about when we in the car.
So this is why. And I always talk about stuff like this. So when you're dealing with like imports and stuff like that in Europe, a lot of times, like I said, it's not a lot of us. So a lot of times these girls date guys in the same circles, and they'll be like, all of a sudden you find out like, damn, like you used to date him or you and it's just like she's expecting like respect, or I'm not saying like she's expecting. Case in point, I remember one time this girl in Poland, she didn't know that I know that she had already, you know what I'm saying, been set out by two dudes that I knew. So the first thing she tell me is like, don't think this is a sex thing, and I'm talking to her, she don't know I know this stuff, and I'm just like, the fuck, like, what's wrong with you?
So you saying it's a negative response based solely on because it's a tight circle?
Yes.
In our environment, yeah. And I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Because like for the most part, that's usually how it goes, and it's just like you don't have a type. You just
You remember in Poland?
When African Americans roll into town, you going?
It's like you either with the.
So you don't have a type.
Well, I'm saying she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Well, it's just like sometimes you'll see where it's just like
her type is seasonal.
You'll go on her Instagram and it's like
okay,
seasonal. She's like okay, she follows the dudes that were here last year and the guys who were here before last season, and like she just hooks up with the athletes.
And you see and you like, damn, like, okay, so you want me to take you serious when I know you already done mess with X, Y, and Z.
So it's more.
But you're saying we're the bad ones. We're the ones who been playing y'all, and it's just like,
who?
Nah. A lot of times these people.
Who are the bad ones though?
No, I'm saying they're saying like we as the imports or the black guys that's here. But I'm like, a lot of times these females have separate lives that we don't know about because we don't even fucking speak the language. So they might have a boyfriend or a husband or something else that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they'll tell you like, hey, you're messing with this girl over here, but you like, you don't know I know you had a husband, or you don't know I know you had a boyfriend, but you worried about what I'm doing. That's where stuff gets crazy. But as far as like, you know, the actual, with me, I've never asked that question.
I want to understand. I was just trying to give you guys. I was just trying to, I don't know, extract or kind of find out what you guys thought about that, because I feel it's odd because I've been in situations where the guys that I've known, they've asked women or they've known women to be with black men, and it was a negative thing for them because they were with black men, and I was always like,
that's ego.
Why? Yeah, ego. Maybe it's the ego.
Oh, that's what you. Oh, yeah, bro.
And I'm like, what? But that's
nah.
weird. Why would you be upset with someone being with another black guy?
I find it.
Ego, you won't be the one to know.
I find it a positive. I find it a positive thing to, you know, be with a woman. Like if a woman, like if you meet a woman overseas, I find it a positive thing for her to have experienced someone like you. So, you know, maybe your jokes or your mannerisms or whatever, she doesn't take to the extreme. Your culture, like you may say something that some girl who never experienced like being with a black guy or something, it'll go over her head. She like, oh, you hate me, But it's like, nah, like, it's a joke. But
I don't know. I think the topic is deeper, and there's like more levels to like unpack to create more of like a conversation. But I mean, I hear what you guys are saying, and I mean, for me, obviously, I've been in situations where a woman is like, yeah, I like black men, but I've always been like, okay, but what else do you like? That's kind of like my angle, my side of it all. Okay, cool, that's cool. And like I said in the video too, like positive racism, because I've heard this term before, but it had to do with like football and shit like that. Okay, but what else do you like with a black man? Can you articulate that?
It's crazy. I think I've been lucky.
I don't know if there's any good.
I've been lucky, bro.
Why?
I like black men. Like, how do you dress that up well? Like, okay, let's say like I say I like white women. I don't know how I could dress that up well.
And that's the thing, because
even if you say okay because of your culture, it's like, okay, I like, okay. You like me, somebody you don't know because of my culture. It's like, what if I don't align with my culture at all?
That's what makes it odd.
It just sounds like something you want to be a part of.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if you just say I like black people, what if that black person is not aligned with that culture? He's not really down with the culture that you think he's down with.
Exactly.
You look the part.
So
then you just rocking around with.
That's like how we talked about the other day, where you talk about the Jay-Z.
What I told you.
It's like aligning with.
But
But that's not racist. That's not racist of any sort.
That's not racist. That's not racist. To me, that's just fucking weird.
Jay, what I always used to tell you.
So racism is always just a demeaning thing.
Racism is just like looking at somebody
as it's an ism.
Inferior.
It's an ism.
It's an ism.
So all isms are derogatory, negative thing?
Name one that's
racism is not like, oh, this guy, like aligning with somebody that you feel like is inferior to like, that's not racism. Racism would be like, no, I don't date black people.
Check.
Because they're beneath me.
Check.
That's racism.
Check this out.
No, inferior.
Jay, what I always used to tell you?
It does, but that's what I'm asking. Does racism always have to be something that is a negative thing, a derogatory thing?
Yes, racism is negative. Period.
What'd you say you used to always tell me?
I used to always tell Jay that when we would be in a group or something, and like they would be like, "Hey, girl, da 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 da." I'm like, bro, how do you even know she even talks to black dudes? You can't just run up in any girl face in any country and just like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" Da, 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 da. All aggressive and shit. You don't even know if she fuck with black dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But in your mind, it's like, oh, I'm a black dude. I'm in Europe. I can get any girl I want. It's like, all these girls don't fuck with black dudes. Yeah. It just is what it is.
Right.
And like, you can't force it. Now, the ones who do, especially in Poland, I ain't gonna say his name, but he know what I'm talking about. He's always telling me, like, hey, if she look at you like this right here, and then she, and I'm just like,
nigga, she could be scared of her life.
But there's some truth behind that. But I'm lucky because like y'all know how I pretty much talk to everybody. So a lot of the people I meet we have like similar personalities. So it's not like I ever met like a girl like, oh, I only talk to black dudes. It's just like, you know, I never met that type of person before. I've met these people, but not like that close to me.
Okay, I got one more question about this.
Right.
What about white people that want to go to Africa and adopt black babies?
Racism. I
Why?
heard it. Because I remember, bro, I'll never forget.
They want to adopt black babies. No, but they want to adopt black babies though.
I don't care. And this person,
they want to take care of black babies. They want to give them better lives.
It's racist. I've heard this from multiple females, bro, and it made me like sick because I'm like,
talk about it.
I've heard it from multiple females in here, like, literally, this is what they said. I don't care if she like here.
Talk about it.
She's like, I'm gonna go and adopt a black child and teach him how to play basketball and put him in a thing so he can go take care of himself. I'm like, what make you think all black kids know how to play basketball or can learn how to play basketball? That's racism. You think he's so inferior that you can just go pluck his ass out of Africa, teach him how to play basketball, and then send him home with money? It's crazy.
Wait, so white people thinking that all black people can dance or all black people are well endowed or all black people can play basketball, that's racism or not racism?
For me,
it's not. That's not racism, but to think that.
Why do you want to go all the way
to think that this kid is so inferior? To think that this kid is so inferior, you can go. First off, all Africans are poor. So you want to go to Africa and pluck a child out of nowhere?
I'm just saying.
It's not racist, but there's something.
I'm just saying that's the discrepancy. That's the disparity that we're talking about.
For me, there's something very weird about that. To me, it's not racist. It's suspicious, nigga. Because this shit is suspicious.
It's crazy.
Why do you want to go all the way to Africa to adopt a black child? It's like, to me, it just seems like
because they like black, but they like black people.
There's
like
black people,
but then here's the racist.
Some of these black kids in America.
So it'd be cool if they adopted in America.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it'd be cool, but
here's
it's like,
the racist.
Good job on you.
Here's the racist.
But what if they like black people,
bruh?
You don't get, and that's another thing. You don't get to choose when you adopt, nigga.
They end it with this. Yeah, but they're so cute. That's dehumanizing.
They like black people. They like us though.
Dehumanizing, bro.
They like us though because we cute.
Is that dehumanizing?
They like us cute. They like us because we cute
though. But the little black kids are so cute.
It's like the over.
It's dehumanizing, bro. It's a little animal.
No, it's like the over romanticize. It's like is that like over romanticizing something?
Yeah.
I think you're over romanticizing black people.
But they like us because we cute.
And then
they like us because of our culture.
But they don't raise us with that culture.
But they
raise us to have a perm like Jimmy Butler got right now.
Yo, What the fuck is going on with Jimmy Butler?
You gotta get out of here. Next time.
We gotta do one more topic. Because that was the other topic.
The first thing I thought when I saw Jimmy Butler was, when they see me, I'm white.
Is he serious?
What's going on with Jimmy Butler?
I don't know.
First off, do you know the backstory on Jimmy Butler?
No.
Go watch the documentary about Jimmy Butler.
They said that he's Michael Jordan's son?
No.
What?
That's what they said.
Go watch.
Who?
Go watch
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Butler.
Who said that?
That's like the.
Bruh, go.
That's like a conspiracy theory.
Because he been playing with him?
Nah, because.
Go watch a documentary.
There's some history.
Go watch a documentary
on
Jimmy Butler.
Tie into his.
Go watch a documentary on Jimmy Butler, and you'll see, like, where this thought process comes from. Who do you think he been around?
Dennis Rodman.
For real?
Yes. Who do you think he was raised around? Like, come on, man.
He was raised around Dennis Rodman?
No, bro.
Who?
Just watch the documentary on it. I don't want to say it on here, but you know how I feel.
Oh, he was raised around Dennis?
No. Bruh. Like, yeah.
I'm raised around white people too.
No, it ain't like that.
It ain't like that.
It's like a Michael Orr situation. Almost, I guess.
One thing too, I've had this conversation with people before, but I'm just like, the responsibility that you have to take to raise an African American child is vast, because it's just like, do not raise that kid and he has no idea about his culture.
He is, yeah.
No.
100%. 100%. I think it's very vital. Very vital. 100%.
But that's it, man. You see it. Even like a lot of these black dudes in the NFL, a lot of black football players. It's like, even the ones who I hate to say it, but even the ones who dumb, it's like, bro, I feel like,
talk about it.
And I'm a football player, so I'm gonna talk about it. A lot of football players that come from these rough neighborhoods and shit, some of them start to act
real soft,
not black,
real soft,
because of who they date. And it's just like, who they want to date.
You gonna get us in trouble from the.
It's like, bro,
real versus black.
I'm just saying,
real black
who they want
fake
to
black
date.
disparity.
Who they want to date. I'm just like, bro, like, you can be yourself, and she'll still want you. You don't have to act the part. You know, the first dude that popped in my head is a dude that what's his name, the running back that deal with all the anime and stuff.
I know you're talking about.
Adrian Peterson. I mean,
No,
Adrian Foster.
No.
Hell no.
The one that's kind of like
Played for Detroit.
Yeah, played for Detroit. I don't know.
Swift?
No.
I can't remember.
I know you're talking about. I don't know.
But it's like, bro, come on, bro. That ain't like I understand you like anime and stuff, but come on, bro.
He seemed like he was that.
I don't know.
Anime's
No.
Look, I understand that part, but it's like when somebody's doing an interview, or I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of guys who in football, it's like you can be yourself.
Now what niggas be themselves, boy.
Stop acting like that's crazy though, bro.
That is crazy.
It's like
I just feel like a lot of black dudes that date white girls, like
that's crazy.
They don't act who they are.
That's
bro.
crazy.
It's crazy, but I see it. I'm like, bro, you're trying to say words that don't even sound right coming out of your mouth.
That's mad ignorant for you to say that.
Black.
Because
ignorant is like you not knowing something. I've been seeing this shit through my lifetime.
No, but ignorant is saying that black people can't fucking have a large vernacular.
Please, and this is where we going with this shit. It has nothing to do with fucking vernacular. It has
You said words. You said words.
Bruh.
Because he's dating a white girl, he's saying big words.
You're saying not big words. It's shit that you just don't. It doesn't even sound right coming out of your mouth. You
Why?
don't say shit. Why? I don't know.
So what about the rich black people that live in suburbia, and they come from you know what I'm saying? You think Blue Ivy's gonna be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be like, well,
No. See,
yeah, but
you got it. No, you got it twisted. It's like Jay. I've never said, Jay, you sound like a white man. I've never said that shit.
But there's gonna be black men that sound like white men, that come from strictly black families.
And if that's you,
and date black
bro,
people.
what I'm saying is, if that's you. That's you. That's who you are.
You think people switching up?
There are some guys Yes. They date a white girl, and around that girl, they're a totally different person than they are around their home. Like, bruh, they switching up. And it's like, come on, bruh. That ain't you. That ain't you. Bro, I done been in places like Alabama, South Carolina. It's like, bro, I see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to fit in. And it's a lot of football players. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of football players.
Mm.
They try to fit in, or put it. When I growing up in South Carolina, if you wanted to go to a place called like 5 Points, you put your Spurries on. You know what I'm saying? You try to look the part. You try to look the part so you can fit in, so you can get into these places.
We do that though in college though. A lot of us.
Them Sperry's was banging.
Bro,
Sperry's with the Nike,
I went to Bryant University, like fucking Whyte on Whyte. I mean, we had a lot of international kids and stuff like that too. But like, if you want to go to Newport and you black, you better put those Sperry's on.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like you fit this part in. You fit it. You try to fit a mold, so you can kind of like not, so you can maneuver that world.
But isn't that the whole game? Isn't that the game?
Look, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I peep it.
Nigga said I see it.
I peep it. It's like what's his name? Mahomes, that's who he is.
Right.
And people talking shit. Oh, I didn't know that was his dad.
Right.
That's who Mahomes is.
Right.
He's not acting. This is just who he is. Like, he's not changed because of his girl.
I never
It's
seen
him.
That's crazy. I mean, I feel what you're saying. But I guess
You never
I've
seen his wife?
No, I've seen his wife, but
Yeah.
I've never seen
Him
like a
interact?
like a black man from the hood or whatever and flip because he was dating a white girl. Like, I've never seen that before.
No. He doesn't have to be from the hood. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not about no because he's using big words. It's that it's not in his vocabulary, but he's trying to say these things to try to sound proper. Maybe it's because I'm country and I can peep it faster, but it's like you try to talk proper. That's what we call it in the South. You try to talk proper, but it doesn't even look right. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't look right. But you're trying because you feel like you have to speak like this around this person.
You had a puka shell necklace?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like we all know it. Hell, I ain't gonna lie, I done did it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got a puka shell necklace?
No, not the puka shell, but you know, throw the Spurs on with the little fucking khaki shorts.
Ooh, with the polo?
Bruh, that's all I
It
used
was
to
all
wear.
fitted?
I used to do this shit. No, real talk. If you go in the South in Alabama and shit, and you go around these black dudes that play football and shit that date white girls,
Yeah,
they all dress like these.
because their fathers
like
in the
preps.
golf course and shit like that.
No. I'm not talking about like
That shit was like trendy. That shit was one thing about
That
that.
too.
That shit was trendy.
That too.
Sperry's with the Nike socks with the polo.
That too.
That shit was trendy. That wasn't a white boy shit with the purple one with
Who
the
the
green
fuck wear
polo.
Nike socks with Spurs?
That shit was everybody was wearing Nike socks with the
At
Spurs.
least high socks.
I didn't wear no fucking socks with my Spurs.
Yeah, you was on that white boy shit. But yeah, everybody
Yeah, exactly.
like the trendy shit.
That's the whole point.
The trendy shit, the universal trendy shit was the Sperry's with the Nike
Bro, I
socks.
went to Memphis. I didn't wear no fucking Spurs in college. The fuck?
I wasn't wearing Sperry's in college either. I was wearing them in high school.
Thank you for watching. Look out for the next episode with 3 Black Mics, and we will see you later.